We don't expect anybody's eagerness to help me. And everybody has got his own judgment, his own experience coming from his own past lives. He can act only according to his past lives karma. He cannot be something different. So we understand everybody. We don't expect anything from anybody. So they may agree with us, they may not agree with us. It's their choice. So and those people who agree with me, they form a group. And there are many people who agree with me rather than many people who don't agree with me. That's why the family is growing like anything.
Makes sense. And then when you take expectation out, rejection doesn't really come into play.
Doesn't come at all. We never expect anything from anybody. In fact, the fundamental principle of spirituality is no non-expectation.
Yeah.
Expectation gives you suffering. Non-expectation gives you, there is no suffering. The source of suffering is expectation. How dare I expect anything from even my parents or my wife or my children? No. Maybe they're my, but I don't expect, I can't expect.
Yeah. I mean, when you say this, it just sounds so simple, and from experience, I can tell it's so difficult to live a simple life. We complicate our lives by expectations, and
that too, horrible types of expectations, not even mild expectations. People have horrible expectations from each other. The whole humanity is suffering like that.
Very good morning, friends. Good evening. Welcome to one more day of ZEN. I'm Lata Kota. I live in Albany, New York. Today I'm your host. And I have been doing this meditation from more than 4 years, and I'm with Buddha CEO for 4 years, dear friends. And I do have really tremendous experiences in my throughout the meditation period that since I started. And yes, just now Patriji sir's video we saw, it says expectations. We all do have expectations, and I do have I used to have expectations before, and sometimes I do still do expect things, but at least because of this meditation, I learned how to not expect from anyone or anything, that is a very important lesson I have learned in my journey, friends. And that makes me feel so happy, and also it allowed me not judge anyone, because if I am not expecting anything from anyone, then I don't judge anyone, right? So that was wonderful lesson I have learned from this meditation, friends. And also I have in my journey I learned so many things, like how to take whatever it is coming towards us, accepting things. For example, we always expect something, like we expecting from others, like, oh, you are so good, or you are so great, or you do better, or something like that. I used to have the same kind of feelings, but especially at work, when we do anything, we expect a credit for that one, right? So we always, even though if we do small thing, we expect a lot of credit from out of that. And also we face a lot of issues with the colleagues, or management, or with some other teams and everyone. I do used to have that such type of situations in my workplace as well, friends. But through this meditation, I have learned how can I deviate out from that. And for example, recently this happened to myself, like a person who was judging me and talking really negative things about me. When I heard about that, I felt so bad. But within 5-10 minutes I was able to come back because of this meditation and the wisdom I have learned from all these classes, dear friends. And um, it's like, I started learning how to respond instead of reacting, which is a wonderful, wonderful lesson I have learned, friends. And I do have so many things to share with you. Probably eventually I can share slowly some other time as well. But and today, let's go into the meditation. Chandra sir will take us to the meditation. Chandra sir, please take over.
Thank you. Thank you, Lata Madam, for your narration of experience. Issues happen, we expect others to behave in a certain way, others to do certain things. But our meditation is giving us that awareness to say we validate from ourselves. We don't have to have that thing. If it's not there, we still are okay. We still are complete. So living a life without expectation, it's called Nishkama Karma. There's bad karma, we hurt people. Then we become neutral, then we do good karma with expectation, then without expectation, Nishkama Karma. Then we go another stage where we do simply as an instrument. Somebody else is doing it through us, where there's absolutely no resistance of what we do, no expectation of what we do. There are different stages of karmas. With meditation, the final two are possible easily. Nishkama karma means do without expectation. Then comes the karma as an instrument, where you're simply not there. Something is making you do it. Just full surrender to that thing. Thank you very much. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. Richard Bach said, the mark of your belief in injustice and tragedy, or the depth of your belief in injustice and tragedy, is the mark of your ignorance. Richard Bach is a great, great master. Please read some of his books. Jonathan Livingston Seagull, Illusions, one of the greatest books. Illusions, greatest books. Sort of brings some fundamental principles of life. Illusions by Richard Bach. There are several books that is written. The depth of your belief in injustice and tragedy is mark of one's ignorance. If I believe there is injustice, I believe there is tragedy, if I believe there is what to say, hurt and grief caused to us, and it is because somebody else, something else, then he's saying it's the mark of your ignorance. So if somebody did not do to me and it's because of them it happened, it's mark of our ignorance. That's what he's saying in simple terms from day-to-day life perspective. When things don't happen to us, then we are unhappy. I was like that, significantly like that, mostly like that before meditation, because the understanding was not there. Suppose we start a business venture. Of course, business venture, the stats are that more than 90% of them fail, means they don't make profit. And so it becomes unsustainable. And so then you close the business down. Now, when something happens to us, when there is a failure, when we make a poor decision, we lose a lot of money, then I'm very unhappy. A batsman who is going there to bat and then suddenly loses the wicket or whatever his position, it is very, very unhappy. And then either the batsman is judging him or herself significantly, or the businessman is judging him or herself significantly and saying, I'm so stupid, or I'm forced to make this decision because of them, depending on who that is in situation. Then what do you have? You have only suffering at that point. But then the same person, if they can look at it and say, oh, I understood why I failed. I should have been straight in the front of the crease. I went this way, that way. Or I felt strongly about this decision, but I simply listened to everybody without listening to my voice. I knew my feeling was telling me, but everybody said this. I read that report, and so I simply followed it. And so then I stupidly made that decision. And so this is where I am. Okay, I've learned something, no problem. Without this, somewhere, everything we have to learn somewhere. How can you have everything in one shot? When we have that understanding, then the suffering dissolves. Instead, we come into joy. Okay. Thank God I've learned it now. I didn't do this stupid mistake in the big match, or I didn't do the stupid mistake in a big deal that I was going to work with a client. I thank God it happened now in this small thing. So then you suddenly have a great relief and it comes into joy. That understanding has to develop in all angles. We are here to experience life. This is the fundamental understanding that I've got to know as you read many, many books. But when I started off, the book Conversation with God, when I talked about it, every book talks about it anyway, but it sort of gave answers. We're all here for experience in life. And we're all here to experience and then have this natural emotion, which is called enjoyment. There is love, it's compassion, gratitude, kindness, care. Many of these expand experience of life. When we go through any of those emotions, then we feel generally joyful, ananda. To samadhi, extreme, intense joy, blissful state is called samadhi. Now, these are all states that we enhance will enhance our experience and also expand the experience. That means you feel like doing more and more and more. Other emotions contract our experience. We don't feel, oh, if I feel suffering and say, no, I want to do that. Overnight, it was very scary. And so we have a lot of fears and it's scary. I don't want to do that ever. I don't want to go there. Or this person is too aggressive. I want to avoid them. And I have these emotions, then we're, of course, contracting. But all spiritual sciences talk about expanding the experience and enjoying life. It's natural, common sense, right? Ananda, joy is the essence of life. And learning, of course, is a twin thing along with it. It's joy and then learning, two things. Whatever we do. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa talked about three types of joy: Vishayananda, Bhajanananda, and Brahmananda. Enjoyments of the body at a broad level, enjoyments of the body, enjoyments of the mind, and Brahmananda, enjoyments of the energy of the soul or your consciousness. Three are there. And each one by itself is great, but each one is pales in comparison to the other. Enjoyment of the body, have nice food cooked, have it, great. Some nice sleep. Let the body be taken care of so beautifully, have some nice massage to the body. Occasional, we have senses, sensual pleasures are fine. Enjoy that. Vishayananda, Bhajanananda is about entertaining the mind. Some nice music. You go into some of these so much of Indian classical music or whatever that is. There is this fast beat, some nice music that you really, really stirs you up, really calms you down, soothes you down. Music is there, arts are there, dance forms are there, there's a kala, the arts are there. It's all bhajanananda, singing. And of course, you go to Sai Center, Chandraji is leading and then singing so beautifully. Bhajanananda is there. It is sort of, it is much greater. No, you're spending time. Spending time a half an hour for sleep, but then half an hour when we understand, go and then listen and then do part of a bhajana. That evening or that morning, you have to get up and then be part of it. Those who join that know how beautiful, how much more enjoyment that is to simply sleep for another half an hour. Without that, without your experiment, you don't even know. But then, when you know, then we trade off. That bhajanananda is, it gives you a lot more long-lasting joy, more intense emotion. Then comes the Brahmananda. Brahmananda is to be in that intense state. Brahmananda comes with meditation. You sit down and then you feel, Rajiji, a dear friend, is sitting down beautifully. Just goes and sits down for 1 hour, 2 hours, and then you are there in that state. You're lost somewhere. It is just absolutely joyful. You come back and say, okay, Brahmananda. So that half an hour in the morning or 1 hour in the morning, I can sleep, I can be part of a bhajan, but I can, of course, go and then do meditation and then go into this beautiful, dissolved state of myself, part of one with the whole thing. It just is Brahmananda is a lot more great, a lot more intense. I don't want to come out of it at all. In bhajana, okay, 7 o'clock, something I have to go back and then do. When Brahmananda, even you have something to do, okay, so somebody will take care, let me just be here because it's so intense, so great. So in our life, every time we have these enjoyments, time to time we are doing, but then we constantly look at and say, when we trade off one to the other, enjoyment of the higher order. Enjoyment, this is a science. Patriji called it enjoyment science. It is a science. Speaking, everyone thinks I know how to speak, but now we know that speaking is a science. If I rattle off non-stop continuously, it's not science. You can't even understand. Neither can I get my thoughts properly composed. So then I pause, then I say something. That's science. Now, of course, we read some nice books and understand how to speak well. Speaking, of course, is so impeccable. We just go on speaking in a party, whatever that is. Afterwards, we come back and regret and say, why did I do it? Enjoyment science is to become aware of the speech because so many times what we remember, what we speak is what we end up creating for ourselves. And so we come back and then feel bad. Why did I speak? Why did I do this? Why did I waste my time arguing? All this stuff comes. But become aware and then learn the speaking science. And so then we gain a lot more enjoyment. Better speech, a lot more enjoyment. We're traveling. How does it come? Better speech with awareness it comes. We develop awareness. We develop constant understanding. Listen to the speaking concept again and again to become impeccable. And then apply, look at, maybe once in a day, hey, how was my speech today? If we go and reflect upon, then we'll know, did I speak useful things, positive things, or, truthful things, or just randomly blabbering today? We do it a few times and of course we overcome it. If you are driving and then we get stuck in the traffic. So one is cribbing, oh, my meeting, oh, this is half an hour. This government is just so horrible. Nobody cares for it. What do we get at the end of 1 hour? A lot of negative creation for ourselves for the future, and then total waste of time, suffering. How about now? Now many Buddhas used to doing what? And then always awareness. What are we doing? Oh, great. Okay, let me now start Osho Rajneesh's some beautiful concept. He's got spoken hours and hours. So listen to Osho. Oh, somebody is driving me? Okay, great. I've got my meditation. Put it on and then do meditation. You know, as soon as my company got acquired, my travel time from home to office used to be 15 to 20 minutes before. Once in a week, company was very close to my home in distance-wise. Now, when IBM acquired it, suddenly it changed to anywhere between 1.5 hours to 2 hours one way. And so what? And every day now I sit and cry that now 1.5 hours one side, another 1.5 side. I had to, of course, come with an understanding. And so I shifted my meditation time into being in the car. It's fine. They're honking here and there, but you had some nice earphones, noise cancelling headphones, you sit down. And then, in fact, the beauty is that now I got 1 hour, 15 minutes of long meditation time every day. At home, I was only doing 45 minutes of meditation. Here, long meditation. How beautiful is it? We utilize the time, waiting at bus stops, waiting for flights, and go on complaining or read a book or go into meditation. The beauty of breath meditation, it can be done anywhere. ATM, right? Any time meditation, any place meditation. If we think enjoyment is only, there is something called law of diminishing returns. If you overdo it anything, there's no joy anymore. When you overdo anything, law of diminishing returns, it's called. You go to, in office, whatever, that you're doing a game, one round, fine, second round, fine, third round, lesser, fourth round, lesser. It returns are lesser and lesser and lesser. When you do the same thing over and over and over, you have a law of diminishing returns. And so we recognize and then seek newness into life all the time, newness. Do different things, not the same thing over. Go to a different restaurant, cook something different, do that report differently. When you're seeking newness, of course, there is this great amount of enjoyment, because newness is where it starts with learning something new or making an attempt to do things differently, newly. Otherwise, slowly, that sweetness is gone. Anything, we seek newness in listening to music, in meditating, new meditations, new things we try. One day without music, another day with music. Expectation, of course, is something beautiful. We're talking about enjoyment science. Expectation. Yeah, I supported them in their life, childhood, so they should support me now. Come on, how can people be like this? I gave them so much money, I gave them so much time when they desperately needed it. And so couldn't they have this much, gratitude towards me? Couldn't they do? Or as a matter of fact, of course they should do. Why not? There's a matter of fact. I've helped them, they must have expectation. Then what will we have? Enjoyment science is to do because I love to do. If you don't like, don't do it. If somebody comes home and you are about to read a nice book, they came because they simply want to take away all your time. Earlier we're making for just giving all your time for this casual talk. We all are doing it. That casual reading of the newspaper, everything casually done. And so they come home. If you have something, you know that you're going to lose your time, because the only thing you're going to have is how stock markets are doing, or how the real estate, how my family members in India are really putting pressure on me, all compliant. It's going to be a waste of time. Express it. So what if they're a close friend of you for 20 years? Express it. And then rather than losing your time after 2 hours when they go back and say, Chef, what the hell? Why did I waste all my time? Do it before. We muster the courage and then become frank enough. Of course, you tell them, hey, complaining is against spiritual nature, against your inner nature. Come sit down with me and let's do meditation. Our time, when we lose our time, we feel bad about it. We know this. Students struggle with it. I know this. Many students, when they just while away their time, and most of us have done this, and some of us have done this. During the college days, we waste all the time. And so suddenly when it starts working and we feel like, what the hell did I do? That thing should never come to an individual and say, why did I waste all my time? My 4 years of time. What did I do? If you look back, no event comes out. So losing time makes us go into suffering. And so then we are impeccable in utilizing our time. Not waste time. At least be in one of these three enjoyments all the time. At least one of the three. But constantly trade after something higher. Vishyananda, Bhajanananda, Brahmananda. Unless we try, how do you know? Unless we listen to some nice music, how do you know it's not good? Unless I sit down to contemplate about my life, how do you know it's not better than, just simply be busily occupying a mind with some bhajana? You go into contemplation, you get so much of insight. We go on accumulating. Alexander the Great. Alexander the story. He went around, he came all the way to India to conquer. Then he got so much. Then he was turned back at some point. Then on the way back, he stopped somewhere in between where something beautiful was there, greenery. Then he wanted to say, what is special here? Someone told him there is somebody called Diogenes. The Diogenes is there, he's a very, very funny person, and he just lives by himself and doesn't have anything on him too. And then he's special, but a lot of people go, okay, I want to meet him. So go and bring him here. Then Diogenes refused to come. So then they come back and say, he's not coming, and whatever we try, he's not coming, not interested to come. Okay, fine, so let me go. So Alexander goes to him. Alexander is talking and saying, what is special about you? Everybody comes to me when I ask, you are refusing to come. Then he says, he puts a cross question to Alexander. Okay, you asked me what's special about you. What have you been doing all this while? What is special about you? Okay, I go and conquer everywhere. Okay, why do you do all these things? So that when I go back now, I'm going back, I conquered the entire world, I go back and will be very happy. I live my rest of my life happily. Then Diogenes said, I've been happy my whole life doing nothing of what you're doing. That's my specialty. I'm happy by doing nothing of what you're doing. Instead, I decided and I'm happy. So people ask, what? How do you stay happy? I wake up in the morning, I make a decision. I'm going to be happy today, no matter what, if Lata Madam does what I want. No matter what, if Vignesh is handling the technical things properly or not. Thank you, Vignesh. You're an amazing master. No matter what, whatever question Chandraji asked, and I'm going to be just happy today. Right? So happiness, you make a decision. So Diogenes, that's what it is. I make a decision to myself, I'm going to be happy today. You make a decision. No matter what, I'm going to be happy. And you will have 10 situations where people are going to bother you, right? If there is something like that, no matter what, however my boss is shouting, no matter what, how difficult the traffic is today, no matter what, how stale food I get from home, what to do? Stale food. We must eat as much as possible fresh food. Out of convenience, we cook for the whole week and put it in the fridge and eat. There is hardly any energy in the food, friends. Stale food. It takes half an hour, 1 hour to cook something and eat for that day. Stale food is not sattvic food. So we make a decision. We make a decision to be happy, and so then we are happy. Enjoyment. When we make a decision, our brain is, of course, supporting and helping us, and then you can do a few things around it. But if the best thing is to build awareness. Okay. This principle sounds simple, but it does wonders. Out of 10 events, at least 5 events you'll remember, and then you come out of it because you made a decision. It is our choice to be happy or not happy. But then, of course, our reading will greatly help to find joy in everything we do. Gratitude greatly helps to find joy in whatever. That video, search for gratitude videos, expressing simple gratitude. Things, we go to the basics, basically. Air to breathe and water to drink, and many people don't have that, isn't it? So we know it, so there's the basics we've forgotten. Rumi said, I've been complaining of shoe until the time I saw somebody who does not have feet. I've been complaining I don't have shoe until the time I saw somebody who does not have feet. And so, dear friends, enjoyment is a choice that we make by ourselves, not by hoarding, not by wasting time, not by being in doing the same things, repetition, but we break out of it. We bring newness. We utilize our time very well. We constantly learn. Choices are there at every moment. Vishyananda choice is there. Somebody says, hey, come, let's go for a movie. Somebody is telling, Nehaji is telling, no, I've got an important meditation class to do. Somebody is saying, you know what, please come. And we are going to this village and then talking about meditation, teaching them, please come. You're looking at it and saying, oh, village, I'm going to go to that village. I'm going to touch 100 people with my energy and then my knowledge. You trade off. It's pretty easy. One is of the body, or one is of the mind, one is of your individual consciousness, another is of the whole consciousness. Enjoyments of the body, enjoyments of the mind, enjoyments of the intellect, enjoyments of the individual consciousness, enjoyments of all that is. Helping others and with meditation service is this thumb. All that is. This is all that is. This thumb. Without thumb, none of these are useful. We constantly, only with the fingers are useful when thumb is there. Without that, you can't really use the fingers. What are you going to do with them other than doing some signs? But that means when you merge with the whole and when you're one with the whole, then we've got something to do. And so we take care of the whole. Be with the whole is by helping others. Giving meditation is the highest order because that's what makes them to be like you. It's a no-brainer. When I understood that, of course, I moved all my resources, time into doing the whole. So constantly we trade off towards from lower one pleasure to another pleasure, joy. It's a science we learn, and then it trade off between the higher order because that's lasting, that's more deeper. Where we have opportunities presented, two things, we trade off for the higher. When you're not sure, take the higher pleasure. When you're not sure, take the higher action. Action that gives you more lasting enjoyment, deeper emotion, energy, expansion of life. Thank you, dear friends. Let's go into our meditation. So enjoyment science, I don't know, looking at enjoyment, every moment we make a decision to be happy. And then through awareness, through increasing our understanding, by not wasting time, by being impeccable with our speech and seeking always newness, making decisions to be happy are various principles of how we can be happy every moment. Let's go into the meditation. We're practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to be resting our mind and then be in the state of restfulness for as long as we can. It's called breath meditation. And we do this by simply closing our eyes and observing our breath. Yes, Vignesh, can you put a chart? Closing your eyes and observing the breath. When you observe your breath, as seen in the picture, sit down comfortably in a chair on the floor, and then cross your feet, fingers into finger, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your natural breath anywhere on the nose. When you observe the breath, natural breath, no tampering of the breath, no special pranayama, just be there with your natural breath. Observe it, and slowly thoughts come down, mind becomes empty. And then be in that state of emptiness. That's very calm, that's very peaceful. Be in that state. In that emptiness is all energy, and so then we may experience something. When you go into these emptier states, our body may experience some energy feeling sensation. Our mind may go into some kind of dreamlike states. Be a witness to all of it. Observe all of whatever that's happening. In case you have thoughts, and thoughts are constantly bothering, constantly coming, whatever these good and not so good thoughts, but thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath, and again observe the breath and slowly go into empty states. Start all over. Breath meditation, this is where you spend maximum time in our meditation today, dear friends. And before that, we are doing heart elevation process, just 5 minutes of heart elevation. Just follow the guidance for it. If you are new, relax yourself, sit comfortably, relax your body with your eyes closed, dear friends. Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands in your chest area. And resting your attention on your sacred heart. And can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the center of all emotions, nurturing all life. With its higher vibration of love, compassion, kindness, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past? Or simply imagine to be living an experience of higher emotions of love, deep joy, gratitude. Relive that moment and feel that energy. The more you experience this higher emotions and energy of love, compassion, the more coherent you become. With all things and everyone. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy connected to each other. Yourself to direct this energy, to spread this energy to everyone and everything on this planet, to help them elevate themselves. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Feel. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation, dear friends. Observe your natural in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. The mind is becoming empty. We experience greater emptiness. That calmness inside of you, all around you. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to go into the deeper states of calmness, emptiness. As the mind is becoming empty, all that liberated energy is channelized into the present moment. Your body begins to function at its natural best. You develop greater power of thought. to your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness, calmness inside of you, all around you. Become aware of that calmness, stillness within you as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of limitless dimensions, the field of infinite possibilities. The more you are with it, the more you tune in to the abundance of healing energy. empowerment energy. That energy of love, that energy of the mystic, or whatever you can become aware of. Into this emptiness of no body, of no thing. less matter, more emptiness and energy. As the mind is rested, you move away from this matter, your body. You experience that emptiness, energy, the feel of all connection, the field of all wisdom. The more you are in this calmness, emptiness, the more insightful you become, the more connected you become. Merge into the emptiness of yourself, your divine self. Receive your greater mind, that awareness. the more you are with it, the more you experience your intuitive intelligence the more you develop that acceptance and the more effortless life becomes. Friend, it's truly a privilege to be experiencing this life, to be exploring consciousness for a greater life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to everything and to everyone? Be grateful to this intelligent universe. To your parents, to your teachers, to your mentors. Deep gratitude to yourself, to your body. Give thanks to this nature, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. Gratitude to all the people in your life, to everyone. To everything, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session, and whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you open your eyes.
Okay, friends. We have a few more minutes. If anybody would like to share. Yes, Gilibaji.
Yeah, happy morning.
Please go.
Yeah. Like today also like I'm feeling so much disturbed, like I don't know like why. How to get over it, like thoughts come and go. I had been so calm earlier. What's disturbing me? How to get over my thoughts and all. I don't know like what's happening. Should I be have gratitude for all these?
Yes. We are grateful for everything.
Like what I want in life, like I have everything, but still what I am searching for, like I don't know, like I'm a privilege from many, many, many people, but still my quest is for something else. Like I don't know, like nothing interests me here. Where I am heading to, I don't know, like
We that is where we start. When we start questioning what is it that I am supposed to be doing, or what am I doing? That's where we go inwards. Because ultimately there is a purpose why we are here. That disturbance is actually good. When you know you are getting disturbed, that means there is something that you would want to be changing. Your inner is saying that you need to be changing something. We don't regret for anything, because everything that we have done, whatever that we have, is for an experience that we want, right? Only when there is disturbance is when we look for answer, and then all this will pass through. Essentially, as we start practicing meditation, as we continue the practice, knowing that we'll have our answers through our inner journey, More practice and understanding, learning. Have you read Conversation with God, madam?
Yes. Yes. My brain was like, yeah, I have read it. Conversation with God.
Yeah. So everything has a purpose.
At times, I feel like spending some time in the nature and be alone with my own self. Like, but my responsibilities are there. So, like, there is a conflict between all these things.
Do it, spend some time. Ultimate responsibility is that finding an answer for yourself. Many times that's why we have these retreats where you take an opportunity to be fully with yourself. More practice will definitely help.
Okay. There are phases in life, like,
It is, of course. I mean, there are different phases. We talk about, I mean, Patriji spoken about this. Purpose in life is we find purpose at every stage. Will not necessarily be the ultimate purpose, but every stage we see what is it that at the moment, what is my purpose? So it is actually good that if there is some disturbance, if we are feeling what is it, asking that question, what am I supposed to be doing now?
yes.
More practice, more reading, and definitely service. Surrendering to our higher self and being part of a service.
Yeah, be part of the service is a thing. Like, I was thinking, like, in Jaipur, I can ask people to come at my place also. I have space here also.
Do it, madam.
Yeah, how to go and how to start about it. I don't know. Like,
Just put up a board. That meditation is start here. Someone will come.
okay.
Service is definitely going to help.
Yeah, like the thing is, I want to be of some contribution.
You have your answer there.
Where I am needed.
You are needed in giving this highest form of knowledge.
Mhm.
There's no better service.
Mhm.
Organize some sessions for your community of your neighbors. Start with that, and I'm sure you'll figure out.
Lots of confusion is there, like how to step forward. That's why I have some, like, I was thinking, like, my body tells me something. I have pain in my leg and all. So I am hesitant to move forward, to take a step forward. So it is telling me something. My body is telling me something. I should step forward.
So you have to listen to it. No?
Yeah. And what is holding me back, I have to come out of it.
Start simple. Very, very easy to start saying that, doing this meditation programs every day. Come join me for half an hour.
Mhm. Okay. I should put my intention and then it will be manifested. Right.
Yes, service is when you know and you recognize that is the best that you want to contribute.
Yeah.
You just take any step. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We don't have to worry whether it is right or wrong because naturally it will happen.
Mhm. How to get connected to people in Jaipur? Like,
Start with some of the people you know
in
already.
Jaipur, like, I don't know, like, who all are associated in this
Not
Buddhas.
necessarily. It's not
Okay.
necessary. You have to know who is associated. You have to teach.
Okay.
You are saying that I'm teaching meditation.
Mm-hmm.
We know. I mean, this practice is so simple, right? You already know so much. So all you have to do is say, I'm here to share this.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, I have to be consistent in anything.
That will happen when you start.
Like, right now, it's sounding so strange. Like, how it'll happen, I don't know. Like,
One simple message to all your neighbors and friends saying that I'm teaching meditation. Come every day this time.
mhm. I doubt myself, like, who will come?
We have to start. Finding a purpose is just jumping in and experimenting. Okay.
Rakesh sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Rakesh sir, can I
Yes.
So for Nilima ma'am's point only, I want to add something to you, to your thoughts. Basically, I want to share my experience regarding this one. Um, Hello, Nidma ma'am. This is Lata. And as I said earlier, I live in Albany, and this is really a small place. And when I started doing this meditation, I want to, at the same time, I want to do some service. I want to spread the meditation to other people also. But I was very hesitant to talk about that when we meet with my when I meet with my friends or colleagues. Initially I wasn't sure. Whatever it may be, the reason is like, my mind always hesitates and pulls back me to talk about meditation in front of everyone. But one day I took a brave step to do to let my colleagues and friends know that I am doing meditation and I want to teach meditation because I am having so much benefits out of the meditation. So to explain, first of all, to explain these things, the benefits that I gained itself became very hard for me to express in front of my friends because I'm very hesitant. I don't know. I, the reason why I am very hesitant is now I understand why I was hesitant, because of my limited beliefs. I always think like, who will listen to me? Even though if I do meditation, who will come and do meditation with me? Who wants to do? They think that okay, meditation. Oh, we don't have time to do meditation. We have other better things to do other than meditation. All these thoughts. Before I go and talk with them and listen from them, I used to assume so many things because of my limited beliefs. And but after doing my meditation and I'm having this kind of thought in my mind, um, so in my mind I was like, suddenly one day, when we had some party or something, and then we were talking, and then I don't know, I just talking about meditation, like, I'm doing this meditation and I'm having so much fun with this one. It's not only fun, I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling so, what do you say, like, confident on doing things. And I'm feeling so refreshed. All these things I started explaining to my friends. And then slowly, I was just talking with one friend, and then the other 2 3 friends came to me and they started listening to me and started asking questions. So that's then I felt like so happy, because that intention in my mind, I thought, okay, yes, you have to take a step. The first step, we have to take it. And once you take the step, then the next steps just follow it, right? Here now I have a small group in Albany. There are so many, even now also, like every day, our time, evening 7 to 8, I mean, just before this Zen sessions, I am doing a group meditation, just a meditation, and people are attending. My colleagues are attending, and that's how it starts. Sometimes, some days I put saying that meditation for free board outside. People didn't come initially, but when I started talking, first of all, I have to remove that kind of limited belief that who will come, who will join with me. Friends. So once we come out of that bubble, then automatically people will started coming. Now we have here a pretty good group here. Even though we don't meet every single day, we don't need 10 people or 20 people or 50 people to do meditation. Even one person comes to do meditation, I will sit and do with them. So we have to accept that one person is also good enough to do meditation, Nilimaji. So this is what my experience. I felt like, let me share with you, because the questions you were, when you are asking, it felt like I'm seeing myself in that situation when I started this meditation.
Absolutely. Lata Madam is the best example of having absolutely nobody around and one person starting and built a wonderful community, organized an event where 50 people came in a place in US and in a place like Albany, which is not like a big city.
No.
Even people in New York haven't visited, most of them haven't visited Albany. Yet in that place, bringing 50 people together. Wonderful. Yes, the best example. So reach out, madam. That intention is enough. Thank you, Lata madam. I know
Problem.
the best example of intention driving all your actions forward.
The thing is, if you are happy, then people will be attracted to you. First, I have to, like, what I feel is, I have to be happy, then only people will listen to me. I have to work
So
on my own self.
why are you practicing? How long have you been practicing meditation?
Yeah, it's on and off. Like, for quite long, I had been doing it. And then,
Now, why? What makes you come back to meditation?
yeah, again, it comes back to like, this is my path. Like,
So that is where your happiness lies. When you say happiness, because that you feels good, so that is where you need to be. So
mm,
questioning again and again doesn't, when you have the answer,
mm,
so start.
okay.
Of course, your consistency is important, but that also, as Lata Madam said, your consistency will come because when you have two other people joining you, your practice also will become more consistent.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I came into service was because I want to be in the path, friendship of others who are in this journey. So
Mm,
even when I don't feel like doing, but then there is a community who are together. So please, madam, that's
yeah. Thank you so much.
okay.
I'll definitely work upon my own self now.
Consistency, of course, is important. Please, I mean, we have this online community. Take that help.
Mhm.
Consistency and believing ourselves, self-love. All this
Yes.
come through meditation and also reading books and listening from other masters like Sajjan Sangatyam.
Mhm. Okay.
So, Tej sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Namaste. Namaste, Rakesh sir, and all the masters. Very good to see you again. Yes, for sharing my experience. In the physical level, it's as usual that today also uh, I feel a bit sleepy sometimes. Time and again, I lost myself. And again, coming to the breath, throats are dried. These are the physical level experiences that mostly I used to have. And in the mental level, yes, today's our session started from the less expectation, more happier. Yes, we know this terminology, but it's quite hard to have the expectation, you know, to reduce the expectation. Uh, so today, what I want to share is, I'm not pretty sure either you people are aware with the, the condition of Nepal right now. The Genji's protest and the, demonstration is very badly affected. All the governmental institutions, even the parliament and the Supreme Court offices, all are destroyed, burnt out. Just 2 3 days, it's very bad situation in Nepal, and that sort of things are affecting me a lot. Although it's not on this is beyond of my capacity, beyond of my level, but these sort of things are disturbing me the whole night. What will happen in the future, the condition of Nepal, you see, the sleepless. So in this situation, so far my experience in last 2.5 year of meditation, in a small situation I used to balance myself, as just Lata madam share her experience, that myself also starting in my school the meditation to the teachers and the staffs. But when the situation becomes more bigger level, this is very hard to balance oneself. So very restless time to me. So, and at the same time, while teaching meditation to the people or to the staffs in the school, I feel very challenges. Most of the time, the people agree that meditation is very good. Yes, we feel good while meditating, but when I, tell them to some providing some tasks, it's quite hard to get their response in a positive way. So my experience now I want to share is the situation right now, how I just want to share to venting my stress, to vent my stress also, and the challenges to face the people while guiding the meditation. Uh, these are the things that I just want to share to you, sir. Thank you.
Teji, so in my experience, these are situations and great opportunities to work on ourselves. When we talk about getting frustrated, when we talk about feeling disturbed, because there are external situations, is not what we expect. Is a time, because it's a time for actually more practice. External situations are a reflection of our internal struggle, internal state. When COVID happened, again, the many things people could have done, right? Of course, things are not in control. But Chandra sir, what did he do? He said, we will start online meditation. People are struggling with answers. Of course, earlier meditation was taught as part of physicals, people coming to a center, but that completely changed. Today, globally, we are so many people are connected because of that one action. So these are great opportunities for us to work on ourselves, to say, what can I do? When I learned this practice, my first thing that I did, and this is again, I keep telling this, it was never my natural state of teaching or this talking to people other than my work. I was a very self-conscious person before. But the first thing that I did, without thinking too much, without analyzing what am I doing, I just said I'll do a 21-day online session for my team. I would otherwise, for me, thinking about what others' reactions are, what others will think I am the boss. I know my team, what will they feel that, okay, am I stepping out of my boundaries? All those questions would stop me, but I just made a decision, so I'll do it. Now, those time, of course, I mean, out of 100 people, maybe 20, 30 people joined. But in those 21 days, not all of them stuck, or not all of them would join. Not everyone did what I was thinking. I was so high on meditation because I felt so much of joy, but I was not seeing the same from everyone. But there's one person who was joining every day. Now that for me was what I held on to, not the other 99 people who didn't. Because that was an indication for me that I am in the right path. And that one person is helping. Even if there is no person, I'm sure I was in a state at that time of learning. So these situations are, in fact, are great opportunities to work on ourselves. What is it that in my state that I'm changing? No, I know how much of an expectations am I having. These external things are helping us reflect where can I change, where my state of being I can change. So these opportunities are I feel will be, we should be grateful for. So increasing our practice in these times, especially when the things that are there that are not of control, is where a great opportunity for increasing our practice. If you are doing 45 minutes to 1 or 2 hours, do more reading, offer more sessions for people. There will be somebody who will come. Even if you are able to help one person, that conversation with God, even if you have read once, we should read it again. That part 1, part 2, and part 3, all 3 parts. Because nothing happens without a purpose. Thank you for sharing, Teji. I'm sure this is a reflection. Self-reflection is an important part of our practice.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
One more, Chandraji,
Yes.
please unmute. Yeah, we'll take this and probably we can.
Thank you. Good morning, and nice to see you again, Rakeshji, after you came from here. I felt like Miss Madam Nilima's talk is such an inspiration. As Lataji said, it's all, everybody started our reflections, because that means it's a one consolation I want to tell her. Everybody, we are all in the same boat. We were started the same way and we are traveling the same way. It's not, maybe it's difference in degree, same in kind. That's the way it goes. And I read some of the Zen living authors and stuff. They are just saying there is only action and no self. That is what their main theme. We just, since we are on the Zen, I've just thought that is suitable to this one. That means we always say, oh, my body tastes like this, I'm thinking like this, my perception, my action, all those kind of stuff. All these things are, it's not going to help us doing any action, because there's this is all blocking because our self is connected to it. I am doing this, I'm expecting this, I don't know where to start. And these are all, like we call it limited beliefs, but they are all actually bringing us back, pulling us back from doing anything. That is the first thing we have to say. We just to do any action. And more than that, in the beginning, everybody, some people are like natural teachers, natural sharers, natural public speakers. But for some people, it is hard to bring things out. That doesn't mean they are somewhere different in their status or anything. They have so many things to offer. They don't know how to get it out. That's why we have to do so much of meditation and all this. For me, I am not a person who is, I want to just share one or two things. I'm not a person to get inhibited by not talking, because that's all in those times, that's finished, because I'm not worried what the other person is going to say. Second one, something which is useful, which makes me happy, definitely that's going to make the other person happy. So why not him? I am doing this, why can't they also get that same benefit if they do it? So I just started wherever I go, even in the plane. I sit and talk to some people, give them some books, and they are also, even if it is one person, I'm telling her, don't even get worried who is going to come, how I have to receive. You have something in you. That means your purpose, it is going to come out. Even if you have so many kind of blocks, it is going to break the thing, and it's going to come out and go to that person. So that is the way usually things proceed. We don't need to worry about how I am starting. And Chandra sir also says the quality is more important than quantity. We don't worry whether the whole hall is full or the whole house is full. Even few people, one or two, even if we talk to 10 people, 1-2 persons are really that gone into them. That is your happy feeling. And another one thing I want to tell her is happiness, it is not going to come from anywhere outside. The more you do the meditation, continuously do it, your mind automatically, it's going to get detached from any of your self-consciousness about your body or pain or anything happening. The mind is going to be quiet and happy. That because we are all born with happiness. That is there. It's going to come out. The more we think about how I'm going to do it, it's my way of saying, I don't know what to start. Just these are all basic things. Everybody got it. And so don't even worry. You just, even if one person comes, go and talk. Sometimes I have to say, I will talk I'm living by myself now. I'll talk. I give a talk here. I'm not worried who is listening to me or not. When something is there, it has to come out. So I write and I'll talk to these walls. They will listen. There is some really spirit which will listen to us. Thank you, Rakesh and Lataji. You said a good point, and I'm so blessed to have it. But one thing I like in that the Zen thing is action and no self. Just to proceed the action. Don't worry about adding yourself to everything. That is easy than saying, but we can do it with the meditation. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much. I'm so late for my other meditation.
Yes, wonderful. Absolutely. Action, no self. Nishkama karma, where there is no self. Nishkama karma, and beyond that is action without any self. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Dr. Rao. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Rakeshji, how are you? Fine. Good morning to
Wonderful, sir.
everybody.
Go ahead.
Good morning to everybody. I am Dr. Mohan Rao from Delhi. I want to share some of my experience of previous session. That is level 1. The experience which now the Jaipur madam is facing, I have faced very miserably, and I have conveyed in the group also as well. And that has been already clarified by the Chandrasra in his sessions, as well as in the notes also. He has told that there are the clouds, there are the thoughts. One thought and another thought, there will be a slight gap. Similarly, here, when you get these disturbances during the meditations, so there will be a short gap out of which you gain benefit out of the meditation. And he has encouraged and given the courage to me that nothing to worry and nothing to disappointed. Therefore, the meditators, leaders, suggest keep practicing, and definitely you achieve the results as you desired. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Good to listen to you. Good that you are continuing your practice. Yes,
Thank you, sir.
practice
Thank you.
is important. Practice is the key. Patriji, I mean, I've seen him. People will come with the problems. The only thing he'll say is, go meditate. The more we practice, we will find our answers. All the external situations will dissolve the moment our understanding changes. So no matter what it is essentially is helping us to see what is it in me that I have to understand, change, and practice. So practice is the key. We need to keep increasing our practice. And of course, service is an aid. Wisdom is an aid to increase our practice, because the more we understand, we find our understanding, our practice becomes a lot more, a lot better. So thank you, friends. This program essentially is a great way for us to share and reflect, self-reflection, as Chandra sir mentioned before, to move to an action without self, from action for a benefit to action without any expectation, to action without self. So all these stages we cross as we continue our practice, as we continue to reflect on where we are at any point in time. Plenty of help that we'll get through our external situations. These are all situations that we make use of to, go into this self-reflection. So thank you. So we'll come back again tomorrow for another session. See you again.
Cell in my body, every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does.
So thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful day and evening.